The War of 1812, though often overlooked in American history, was a pivotal moment that sparked a wave of nationalism. What began as a struggle over impressment of American sailors and British interference in U.S. expansion ended up transforming the nation's identity. The war was caused by American anger about British impressment of the American sailors, trade restrictions due to the Napoleonic Wars, and British support for Native American resistance to U.S. expansion. During the war, the U.S. failed to invade Canada, but won key naval victories and suffered the burning of Washington, D.C. The Treaty of Ghent ended the war in December 1814, restoring pre-war boundaries but failing to resolve key issues like impressment.
The War of 1812 caused a strong surge in nationalism amongst the Americans following their second victory against the British with minimal casualties, the collapse of the Federalist Party promoting a unified identity, and newfound economic growth for the United States, leading to further industrialization and production.
The idea that the U.S., a relatively new, fledgling nation, was able to win against Britain in some capacity caused Americans to feel a strong surge of pride. Americans felt that they had once again defended their independence against Britain.
National heroes like Andrew Jackson heavily inspired Americans and allowed them to look to symbols of their surging national identity. Survival at Fort McHenry inspired the Star-Spangled Banner, which became the American national anthem, further emphasizing the oath of nationalism. This eventually helped to fuel Manifest Destiny, which was the idea that America had the divine right to expand westward. Admittedly, the war only ended without a loss of American territory, which many Americans had seen as a victory. Consequently, after the Battle of New Orleans and the defense of Fort McHenry, American nationalism grew exponentially.
While the War of 1812 was strongly advocated for by the Democratic Republican Party, the Federalist Party based in New England was greatly opposed to it due to their economic ties to Britain. They believed the war would not be a successful endeavor and wanted to maintain a positive trade relationship. January 5, 1815, to discuss their grievances regarding the ongoing conflict and political issues that arose. They contemplated ways to end the war and finally decided that New England must secede from the Union. After the U.S. victory in the War of 1812, the Federalist Party was seen as unpatriotic and disloyal to the Americans due to their strong opposition. After the decline of one major party, political conflict was eased, leading to the era of good feelings. This manifested in the United States as a short period of unity focusing on coherent national goals. The War of 1812 led to a rise in American manufacturing and economic growth, forcing the U.S. to be self-sufficient due to a British blockade. The British blockade and trade restrictions during the war made the importation of goods impossible for the U.S., ultimately leading to a rapid increase in manufacturing to meet this demand. New textile factories were established to fill this void. The government supported the rise of nationalism through the introduction of the American system. This included protective tariffs to increase the value of imported goods, encouraging consumers to buy cheaper American goods, as well as the establishment of the Second National Bank to stabilize the currency and regulate national funds in 1816. Federal improvements were also advocated for, such as roads, canals, and a stronger navy. This system was a nationalist result of the War of 1812 to reduce reliance on foreign trade and connect regions, leading to a balanced and sustained American economy.
Nationalism was a major effect of the War of 1812. The war also provided tremendous stimulus to American manufacturing. It encouraged American manufacturers to produce goods previously imported from overseas. By 1816, 100,000 factory workers, two-thirds of them women and children, produced more than $40 million worth of manufactured goods a year. Victories and the stimulation of economic growth which led to further industrialization, the War of 1812 resulted in a strong surge in national pride.